Have you ever wondered how one man could heal the sick, raise the dead, and boldly proclaim God's power in an age of doubt? Imagine a man who, despite humble beginnings and countless hardships, became known as the Apostle of Faith, a living testament to the miraculous power of God. Today, we're diving into the full story of Smith Wigglesworth, a man whose life defied the impossible and whose legacy continues to inspire believers around the world. Stay with me, because his journey will challenge everything you think you know about faith and miracles. Smith Wigglesworth was born on June 8, 1859, in a poor neighborhood in Nottingham, England. His early life was marked by struggle and hardship. Growing up in poverty, he had little formal education, yet, even in those difficult circumstances, there was a spark, a hunger for something more, a desire to know and experience the power of God. As a young man, Wigglesworth worked tirelessly, often in menial jobs, and experienced the harsh realities of life. But deep down, he began to sense that his circumstances did not define him. There was a promise of hope and transformation that awaited him, waiting to be unlocked by faith. Smith's life took a dramatic turn when he encountered the gospel. In his early 30s, he experienced a profound conversion, one that would change the course of his life forever. This transformation wasn't an overnight miracle, but a gradual awakening. As he began to study the Bible and immerse himself in prayer, he developed an unyielding conviction that the power of God was available to all who truly believed. This conviction became the foundation of his ministry. With his newfound faith, Smith Wigglesworth stepped into the ministry with a boldness that startled even his peers. He became known for his dynamic preaching and, most notably, his extraordinary healing ministry. Crowds gathered to witness what many described as miraculous, sick people being healed, the lame walking, and even accounts of the dead being raised. Wigglesworth's approach was simple, yet powerful. He preached the gospel with unwavering confidence and let the power of the Holy Spirit flow through him. He once proclaimed, "I'm not a miracle worker, Jesus is." And indeed, time and time again, people testified that it was as if God had moved through him. His meetings were often marked by an atmosphere of intense expectation. As he laid hands on the sick or prayed over those in need, the air would fill with an undeniable presence, a moment where faith met the supernatural. These experiences weren't isolated incidents. They were the hallmark of his ministry, which quickly spread beyond the confines of Nottingham to international audiences. Smith Wigglesworth's ministry wasn't just about dramatic healings. It was about inspiring others to live a life of unshakable faith. His teachings on the power of the Holy Spirit, the importance of prayer, and the necessity of bold, unwavering belief in God resonated with thousands. He traveled extensively, preaching in small chapels, large arenas, and even through radio broadcasts, reaching people in every corner of the world. His message was simple yet transformative. If you believe, miracles can happen. His life became a living testimony that no matter where you start, God can transform your life if you're willing to step out in faith. Even today, long after his death in 1947, the legacy of Smith Wigglesworth lives on. His sermons, his written words, and the countless testimonies of those healed and transformed by his ministry continue to inspire new generations of believers to trust in the power of God. What can we learn from Smith Wigglesworth? Here are a few key lessons. Faith over circumstance. Despite his humble beginnings and the challenges he faced, Smith chose to believe that God's power was greater than any obstacle. His life reminds us that our circumstances do not define us. Our faith does. Boldness in ministry. He wasn't afraid to step out of his comfort zone and proclaim the truth of the gospel, even when it seemed impossible. His boldness is a call for us to be courageous in our own walk with God. The transformative power of prayer. At the heart of his ministry was a deep, relentless prayer life. He believed that prayer wasn't just a ritual, it was the channel through which God's miracles flowed. A life devoted to service. Smith Wigglesworth's life wasn't about self-promotion, it was about serving others. He dedicated his life to uplifting those in need, proving that true leadership comes from humility and service. As we reflect on the life of Smith Wigglesworth, ask yourself, what limits have you placed on your faith? How can you step out with boldness and trust in the miraculous power of God? Remember, no matter how humble your beginnings or how daunting your challenges, God's power is greater than any obstacle you face.